We're at the corner of Highway 27 and Humber College Road. Here to try out the new Finch West LRT. That's Humber College Station right there. Took the 927B express bus from Kipling Station. This is kind of out of the way for me, honestly. I don't come to this part of the city that often, so I probably won't ever use this line. This is probably the only time I'll ever use it personally. A little Mississauga, and I usually like to go downtown mostly. So, but with this new LRT, obviously there's gonna be new developments, probably new condos, new businesses, new retail. Maybe something that'll be, more interesting to take the train up. But for now, I think this is probably the only time I use it. It's been almost like a week since it opened up, so I'm just here to try out, see how long it takes, because I've seen a lot of videos on YouTube talking about how slow it is, and I'm just trying to see if it's faster after 1 week. Technically 6 days because it's Saturday and it opened on last Sunday, but I'm saying it's a week. But I was almost surprised why the LRT station is like on Highway 27, Humber College. I thought it would be inside the college because the college is that way, so it is actually a bit of a walk to go from the station to the school itself. But I'm not too familiar with the area. I didn't realize there's actually a huge hospital right down there too. So it makes sense that they would have the stop at the road, at the actual intersection. But let's check out the actual LRT. So it's actually probably not that long a walk, maybe 5 minutes to the college itself. But this is going to be very useful for the people who live in this neighborhood. Not me, because I don't live here. Just here to check it out. So let's go inside. The wrong one. Actually, I think you can see the LRT from there. Oh, there's a train here. Actually, I should probably get on it. Or streetcar, or tram, whatever they call it. No escalators. That's surprising. There is an elevator, which is good. You know what? I could probably still catch it. Well, it's actually a pretty decent sized train. Another thing people are complaining about is this is actually not a station, it's like a cut and cover station. So maybe they'll put glass up there. So it's probably still gonna be really cold in the winter. Somebody left Bud Light. Trying to find the best seat. So no escalators, but there is an elevator, which is surprising. The trains themselves are pretty long. These are the same trains from the O train in Ottawa. The Alstom, I forget the name of it, Alstom Civitas. I don't know the exact name, but they're from Alstom. I was kind of late, 2 seconds from pressing the button, so well, let's see how long it takes. So there's only 2 underground stations. This is Humber College is one station and Finch West is the other station. But I wouldn't really call this an underground station. It's kind of open, I don't know what they call it, open top, cut cover. The top is open, so it is technically underground, but you don't get the same perks of having a fully underground station. So now it's going underground. So this section is in a trench. In a trench, that's what it's called. So now we're descending. We're descending underground for a bit, and then we're gonna re-emerge at, we get closer to Finch Avenue. I'm trying to remember exactly. Or is this completely in a trench? It's already slow. Trains are pretty empty. It is a Saturday, so Saturday at 10:37. So that's making me a little bit more busy, but pretty much I have a train to myself and just a few people. So yeah, just underground a little bit. Going through this turn really slowly, and now it's gonna emerge onto Finch Avenue. It has to make like a turn, so it has to make a turn from Highway 27 onto Finch. So. And now we are on Finch Avenue. Very residential area, a lot of single attached houses. So Starbucks right here. Another train going by. Very suburban area. Obviously it's not going to stay like that forever, but very suburban, low income, usually houses. So very, really working class neighborhood.
Please stand clear of the doors. Veuillez vous tenir à l'écart des portes.
We're at Westmore Station, I think. Going a little bit faster. I've only seen it on videos, and in videos it seems like it's slow, but right now it's going at a decent speed. But yeah, the neighborhood's very suburban, as you can tell. Like, look at these houses, like the backyards are backed onto Finch Avenue, so there are parts that are a little more urban, but obviously it's going to change to become more dense as we go along. Now at what station are we at? They call them stations, but they're not really stations, they're more like stops. We're at Martin Grove.
Arriving shortly. For your safety, please stand back from the platform edge until the train has.
So one of the major differences with these trains that they have doors on both ends. So there's a door right here, there's a door right here too. So you don't have to loop these trains like most streetcars. Most streetcars you have to do a loop. There's maybe 15 people on this train. It's very, very empty. It's Saturday. Yeah, this is a very, very suburban neighborhood, and they say I forget the name of the bus that was. I think maybe it's a 64 bus or 36. Not too sure. I'm not too sure with this area, but that they're saying that bus, whichever bus it was, the Finch bus. It was the busiest bus in Toronto, so there is ridership, and there is a dense amount of people that do live in this neighborhood, but it's very suburban. I think we could get closer to Jane and Finch. It'll be more high-rise buildings, more businesses. We're now at Albion.
Please stand clear of the
Albion
doors.
Station.
Veuillez vous tenir à l'écart des portes.
This will probably be my first and only time using this train, because I just don't live in this neighborhood, and I don't really care to go. It's not like I don't care to go here. But there's probably good things in this neighborhood. Probably a lot of good East Indian food. Probably a lot of good Jamaican food. So, but when you think of like cities, you don't think of this kind of place you want to go to. You know, especially I'm from the suburbs. I'm from Mississauga. This place looks very similar to where I live. And we're actually getting our own LRT. We're getting the Ontario LRT, which will definitely change the city. And it's going down a route that needs to have an LRT. The Ontario area is very dense, very, very busy. It connects to like 3 different GO train stations, so it's definitely needed. This one I don't think connects to any GO train station. Now I think about it, But you can connect to line 1. You can connect to line 1 and take the train to, I think it's Shepherd West. I forget which, no, Downsview Station. And that you can connect to, I think, the Berry Line GO train all the way down. So my only complaint about this train is that I think it should have been elevated. I don't think it should have been at grade, in my opinion. I think if you really want a rapid train station, if you really want a rapid train system, or rapid train system in general, you want to make sure there's not many red lights, there's not many stops, you know, because right now it's like 11-kilometer route, right? And there's 18 stops. There's a lot of stops, and I think it's like 600 every 600 meters there's a stop. So I would understand if this is a more suburban, like, well, it is suburban, but it is also part of the city of Toronto. And if you want Toronto to develop, there's a lot of density over here. Personally, I think if you want Toronto to develop, you want to make sure it's as rapid as possible. And I think having it at grade really slows it down, and having this many stops really slows it down as well. They're saying 34 minutes to get from one end from Humber to Finch West, but right now they're saying 55 minutes. Usually how long it takes. It's about 12 minutes right now from when we depart from Humber College Station, so it's not bad at the moment, but I don't think we're halfway there yet. So, but I think it should have been elevated. If you elevate it, it's gonna be more expensive, of course, but it's not gonna be as expensive as, you know, putting it underground. And this neighborhood definitely doesn't need an underground, like underground station. This neighborhood's very low density. It's pretty, okay, I would say it's low density. I would say it's medium density. It's not a high density area like Yonge and Eglinton. Yonge and Eglinton definitely needed to be underground, that area. But even at the Eglinton LRT, I think the eastern part, which is at grade, like the Finch West, that should have been elevated. So I think when that opens, which is probably gonna open next year, I think that's gonna have issues too. That's gonna be really slow on the eastern side, but it's gonna be fast in the middle and the west side because it's underground. But if they elevated it, it would have probably the exact same speeds as an underground station. So Vancouver does this. Vancouver has they literally call it the SkyTrain, and their system is really fast. I've never taken it. I've never been to Vancouver, but I've heard it's super fast. And I think having it at grade, having all these stops, all these red lights, obviously the advanced screens for the cars, you know, driving, people taking left, and them getting the advanced screen, that's stupid as well. When there's like a train with almost 300 people on it. Right now it's not 300 people, but like on rush hour, 300 people. So, and I don't know, they'll probably change that because they're gonna have to, because right now the bus is faster than this train. So this train is still not busy at all. Right now I think I'm talking about the negatives, obviously, of this train, but I think there's a lot of positives too. First of all, it's connecting the northwest part of Toronto, which is, again, a medium density area. It's close to the airport, close to Humber College. Makes it easier to get from Humber College to downtown, or from Humber College to York University. I don't know the people who would need that, but let's say if you have a friend at Humber College and you go to school at York University, you take that train there, or it just makes it easier. You wanna, maybe somebody lives near York University and then go and is a professor at Humber College, they can take that train to Humber College. So the connection doesn't make sense, but like it just makes it easier to get around, that's for sure. And I think it'll even get better in the future when they'll probably connect this train to the Pearson Airport, which make it faster for people who live in the northwest part of Toronto, and also maybe Vaughan. They probably need it as well. Let's say if you live in Vaughan and you may be working in northwest Toronto, in Etobicoke, North Etobicoke or northwest North York. That's funny way of saying it. They have faster ways to get to employment as well. And I think in the future, when they also extend the Shepherd subway west from Yonge and Shepherd, if they extend it all the way to Shepherd West, which they will eventually. I don't know when, maybe in another 20 years. It'll make it faster to get to North York Station as well, because then, or North York City Center, you can just take the train from Humber College, get onto line 1 at Finch West, and take the train all the way down to Shepherd West, and then take the subway to. So it just makes it easier and faster to get to these areas of Toronto. Because right now you just have to take the U all the way down and then come back the other way. So we're at Pearldale. It'll be better than 55 minutes it's taking right now. Now at Duncan Woods stop. I'm not gonna call it a station. It's not really a station. It's funny, these trains were built in 2019. So they're almost 6 years old now. So long it took to build this whole system. I think we're getting close to the border of Etobicoke and North York. These guys are gonna love. You guys are gonna love the system when it gets better, of course. Right now it's not the best, but it will get better. So we got some high density neighborhoods. I think the closer we get to North York, it's going to become more high density. Northern Etobicoke is a little more sleepy, so. Weston Road. Weston Road's probably one of the most, I'd say one of the more high density like streets on in Northwest Toronto, I would say. I think there's 2 GO train stations close to Weston Road. There's I forget the name of it. What's it called? There's obviously Weston Station, which is I think Lawrence and Weston. And then there's also a new one that's opening up, Mount Pleasant Station. So that's opening up soon. I think it's already opened. I think it opened recently, that GO train station. I saw a video recently about that. But the LRT's not open yet, but that's, I think it opens probably in early 2026. I wouldn't be surprised actually if it opens on New Year's Day or actually maybe that might be too much. Because usually the train is free on that day, so but that might be too much. Timer says 25 minutes. Not bad right now, actually. Maybe we'll get there 40 minutes. They're saying 30 to 34 minutes. That's what they're saying for the best timing, but I think that's too much to ask for at this moment. I think that's too much to ask for right now. But we gotta be getting close to the maintenance and storage facility. Or it could be passive, and I just didn't notice. I think the maintenance and storage facilities after the Highway 400, and I think that's the Highway 400 right there. Looks like it. Honestly, I personally think it would have been better if it was elevated. I know it would have probably cost an extra $2 billion to build it. Maybe more, maybe $3 billion. Actually, maybe $4 to $5 billion would cost. If you think about it, it's not it's not about elevating it. That's not the most expensive thing about having an elevated train system. Stations are expensive as well because you gotta have heating. Substations might need washrooms and stuff like that. So it would be more expensive for sure. Because I think this thing was maybe $2.5 billion altogether. So it would have been, if you had elevated all the way from Humber to Finch West, I'm thinking max $5 billion. But I think that would make it more of a rapid system in my opinion. I think for like a city like Toronto, you can't, for a big city like Toronto, you can't half-ass it. You can't have these
Please stand clear of the doors.
act grades. You can't have these act grade systems. It's got to be completely grade separated. Like Mississauga, it's a smaller city. That makes sense. Kitchener with their line, the Ion line. That makes sense. It's a smaller city, but Toronto, they're really trying to add more people. I think it's going to be 4 million people in the next 20 years. So they really need to make it fast, so people don't drive. But this is good though. I think this is better than having a bus for sure, and having a great, like generally grade separated. I think is good as well. I don't know what it's called. Oh, like partial grade separation. That's what's called. Full grade separation is if it's underground and if it's has no red lights. It just goes from station to station. But right now we're at, where are we at? We're 30 minutes. We're at Emery Station still. Or no, we're not at Emery Station. We're at Signet Arrow. I don't even know how to say that. We're stopped. There's Highway 400 going south. This would have been probably difficult to go over this highway if it was elevated, but you could probably under on this section. I think now we're in North York. We're at 32 minutes. Actually, not too bad. I think we might get there in 40 minutes. Not many stations are left. We might get there in 40 minutes. There's another train coming. It's a pretty steep uphill climb it's got to make. Maybe not steep, but it's got to go uphill a little bit. The road had to go under the highway, so it has to get back to its regular grade. This is a major road though, Finch. It's like huge road. Like the amount of businesses, the amount of high rises, the amount of offices. You think it would just be retail, but there's a lot of businesses, a lot of office. Like there's an office building right there, office building right there. So it's a lot of employment that's here, and a lot of people live here. So it's obviously it's a good thing that they built it, and it needed to be built. Jane needs it as well. Jane's another major street in Toronto that needs an LRT or some sort of fast transit system or fast like mode of transportation. See another. We got another little office building too. So we're now at the station. Are we at North Finch, Oakdale. That's the maintenance facility right there. You can actually see a train right down there. You pay on the platform. I think this. So it's a maintenance storage facility. You can see a bit more on this side. And you see those towers right down there? That is Vaughan. There's a mall right here too, Jane and Finch Mall. So another big employment area. Obviously people want to come here, you know, shop and everything. So So we're at 40 minutes. Thought we'd get to Finch West by 40, but we'll get there by 42 at least.
For the subways, right?
Yeah, down that way, I think.
The system is strange because in the buses you can pay inside, so I thought you pay inside.
Yeah, it's flat.
Yeah, but I didn't know that the platform.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
so-
how they.
but
That's how.
you're from here, right?
I'm actually not.
Oh, from
I was
where?
a big train guy, so I just wanted to check it out.
Where are you coming from?
Mississauga.
Oh, you're from here.
Yeah.
You're from GTA.
Yeah, GTA, but I'm not
You're-
gonna use
you're
this
a
train
train
again.
guy?
Yeah, I like trains.
Well, you know there's that small museum at Union Station, right?
Yeah, I want to go. I've never been.
You should go. They have various right beside the CN
Yeah,
Tower.
it's the round
The
roundhouse.
yeah, you
I gotta
should go
check that
there.
out. Yeah.
And have you traveled up north for the train?
The Northland or no?
Northland?
I haven't tried it yet. I gotta try it
It
out.
goes all the way to James Bay or so.
James Bay. Oh.
I'm not. You have to take the train up north at
Oh, okay.
Timmins or so.
I know what you're talking about.
I
Yeah.
like to do that someday.
I gotta try that honestly.
Yeah.
This is probably the only time I'll take this honestly. 'Cause I don't.
I love airplanes, so
Yeah.
I'm always.
Yeah.
So I understand your passion.
Yeah. Thanks, man. You have a good
Nice
one,
to
okay?
meet you.
Zay.
This is 3 minutes. That's 8 minutes.
So we're at Finch West Station. So it took about 45 minutes to get here, which is not bad. It's better than it. I think they were saying 55 minutes, the average, but they're supposed to say 30 to 35 minutes all the way to get from Humber College to Finch West. So, but yeah, let's check out the rest of the train station. 45 minutes on a Saturday, it's probably 55 on a weekend or on a weekday for sure. This station at least has escalators, which is very surprising that the Humber Bay station did not have an escalator. It's stupid. Alright, so now I'm gonna connect to, I think that's to the street. Maybe I should check out the street entrance. Yeah. No, it's okay. Kind of want to go to Yorkdale, grab some food. So let's check out the connection to from line 6 to line 1. No escalators again. They're really cheaping out on escalators, man. I think it's too many stations in my opinion, honestly. 18 stops is too much. Going to line 1. So this is the Keel Street and the buses. I've actually never been to the station that often. It's pretty new as well. I think this station, I think it was constructed back in 2017. I think it's a line 1 extension to Vaughan. Alright, this is the train I need to take.
Line 1 toward Finch. Please stand clear of the doors. Your Penn Station. Trans doors will open on the left. Line 1 for Finch.
I will say the one thing about riding the line 6 to riding the line 1, comparing the two is like night and day. Line 1 is so fast, but you can't really compare the two because line 1 is fully grade separated. It's a subway, carries more people, it's just all completely underground. It's a total difference. But obviously you can't put a sign like a subway on Finch because it's not dense enough, right? So it is crazy the contrast between the two. But I will say it is good for that community, but there's a few things I would change. Obviously signal priority for no left turns for cars, advanced green. And one crazy thing I would change is cut off like traffic to any intersection that doesn't have a stop. So there's no way to go through, because in Europe, like in cities like in Europe, they have trams, but they don't have so many red lights. They only have red lights at stations or stops, right? So if there's not a station or stop, you can't go, as a car, you can't go straight through. You have to take a right turn and then take a left at the next intersection that has a stop. That will make it faster, but there's no way they'll ever let that happen. There's no way it's gonna happen. Those are a few things I would change. But signal priority, definitely they could change that. You definitely change that for sure. And that will happen eventually. People are gonna get pissed off. They're not gonna want to take the train for 55 minutes. They're gonna eventually want to get their load faster. So right now we're going to Yorkdale. But overall, pretty good experience. Thank you guys for watching. Probably do more content about maybe the Eglinton line. Definitely, I've been waiting for that line for a while. So that's one that I'm probably gonna use way more than this line, for sure. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Let's have a good one.